right, so David Benavidez was on the Boxing Voice. Sean sent me an interview where he said that somebody asked him, would you fight Usyk if he brought a similar payday to Canelo, would he go up to 201? He said that, he would. He said he would fight Joe Smith Jr., Usyk, Artur, Beterbiev, all those guys, and I'm guessing that's including Dimitri Bivol as well. But he says that, he won't get those opportunities. He won't get those opportunities because, he don't, I guess he was saying they wouldn't give him no opportunities, long story short. He said while Canelo around, he won't get them opportunities. And my thing is, I don't think Beterbiev would have a problem. I don't think Joe Smith Jr., he fighting Beterbiev. If he beat Beterbiev, which is not out the question of possibility, I mean, why wouldn't he want to fight you? Come on, you was ranked in the 175-pound rankings. You was the #1 contender. Next thing we know, you back to 68. You could have fought Beterbiev then. You could have forced a mandatory. You was #1. Bare minimum, you probably would have had to fight one title eliminator. And more likely, that probably would have been versus Marcus Brown or something like that. So, like I said before, it sounds good. He said, well, Canelo, I don't think you a threat to Beterbiev. I don't think you a bigger threat to Joe Smith Jr. than Beterbiev. So why wouldn't they want to fight you? You Mexican, you bring, a little bit of fan base. I didn't even really understood that one. Going to 201, you open to doing it. Well, a couple of them dudes tied up. I don't know if Usyk would do it, for David Benavidez. He ain't literally fought nobody in his weight class for real. He ain't fought nobody at 75. So, on Usyk part, he right. And then you think about Artur Beterbiev, he get done with Joe Smith Jr. and, Bivol tied up with Canelo, or Bivol don't want to fight. Why wouldn't he want to fight you? If you beat Beterbiev, like I said, it's high risk, low reward. He fighting in theater room versus Joe Smith Jr. Joe Smith Jr. from New York City. They can't even get in the big room. So, like I said before, it sound good. It sound real good. It sound real good. But like I said before, I think Beterbiev will give you a shot if he ain't tied up with Undisputed. I think Bivol will give you a shot if he ain't tied up with Undisputed. Why wouldn't Bivol turn around if he got to beat Canelo twice once? And why wouldn't he turn around and beat another Mexican? He started being called the Mexicutioner or something like that. So, like I said before, all Benavidez got to do is move up, put himself in position, contact them. You from the lower weight classes, you bring a name. But like I said before, he don't ever know what he want to do. You want to stay at 68, it's just frustration because he can't get no fight at 68. And it's messed up. Charlo don't want to get in there, his brother defending him tomorrow. He really a cruiserweight or heavyweight. Like, you see how big the Charlo twins is? They should be the last people talking about weight bullying and all that type of stuff. So, to me, I think he could beat Joe Smith Jr. and he sparred Bivol, so it depends how he move up. Don't like he do no strength training either. Don't like they do nothing, no push-ups, no sit-ups, no. They like they don't do no weight training, maybe because he busting at the seams in the weight class. But those will all be highly entertaining fights. But when you fighting at a weight class that you can make, you want to make the premier fights there first. Because the reason why you want to make the premier fights there first, because you want to add those accolades to your resume. You want to be able to say, I get these out the way, then we can fight, and then I can move up, And even though he a 2-time WBC super middleweight title holder, he still ain't got that marquee fight. can Plant really move up to 75 and be a factor? I think with the next generation of guys, he can't be a factor up there. I but I don't really think he want to bark up that Beterbiev tree. If we being honest, I don't think he want to bark up that tree. But if he do, shit. What if you win? Shit. Then you get 3 belts. And you go into a Beaver fight for undisputed as long as you fight Beaver. So it sound like he game for anything, and it sound like desperation for him not getting the fight. But he got premier fights right there at 68. Canelo, Charlo. If Billy Joe want to come back, Andrade, he got injured. Charlo can come up and fight him, and you fighting Saluki. It's no excuse. They can come up, make a big fight with each other. Press play on that, see who wins. But it seemed like Charlo don't want to get in there with him. So it seemed like Al only, force shit when it's convenient for him. To me, that's what it looked like. But overall, will this be a success rate versus though? I don't think he could beat Usyk. That's just my humble opinion. I don't think he could beat Usyk. I don't think he beat Beterbiev. Beaver, he probably got a smidget of a shot. They've been in the ring with it together. He says the harder right hand he felt in boxing so far. Joe Smith Jr., he can probably beat him. But what if Joe Smith Jr. lose to Beterbiev? People got questioned whether he can beat Charlo. And there was a question at one point whether he could beat Plant. And Plant showed he can box, but he just don't got enough aggression to keep, he don't have enough aggression. Had he had some aggression, it, probably would have been controversial versus him and Canelo. But he just run the whole fight, no matter who he fight. He could be fighting, Paulo Malignaggi. And Paulie got to come in at 140. He just going to keep running. He should be running for no reason. He be having opponents that be wanting him to put him out of his misery. He just keep running. That dude just run. But that is what it is. But, he answered the question. He could have said, you know what? I'm at 68 right now. I'm trying to compete at 68. But, in the future, if the offer's right, and they present that to me, then we can bang. But he said that, he don't think them dudes going to fight him while Canelo around. So, he said what he said on the Boxing Voice. So, he was number 1 contender for a minute for Beterbiev and went right back down. He seen them highlights. So I don't know. Could he? He could beat the Joshua Buatsi, and he probably could beat Anthony Yarde. And those won't be easy neither. They both 2 athletic, big 175 pounds. So it ain't nothing but risk up there. Ain't no real money getter other than Beaver right now. And Canelo, ain't no money getter up there. Ain't no real money getter up there. So you in a division where some money can come in at. You and Plant got a rivalry. You and Charlo got a rivalry. But what's the point being signed to Al Heyman? And Al Heyman can't deliver no fights, can't force nobody to do nothing. That just don't make no sense. You sign to the most powerful man in boxing and he don't make big fights. And people say, well, he's made big event. What's a big event? To y'all, what's a big event? Them, buying and reselling tickets allegedly? Them comping a whole bunch of tickets? What's a big event? That's the question. What's a big event? Ask yourself that for a minute. What's a big event? I'm talking about some shit like, Oscar De La Hoya filling out the Sun Bowl. They ain't got nothing like that. The Alamo Dome with Pernell and Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. ain't got nothing like that. The biggest event they've been a part of outside of Floyd Mayweather fights is Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. So, like I said before, he ain't making no classic fucking events, bro. He ain't get y'all one premier fight. One. The Tyson Fury wasn't the premier fight with Wilder. It was AJ. He couldn't deliver that. Couldn't deliver Hurd and Charlo. And he can't deliver Charlo and Benavidez and Plant and Benavidez. And then Plant already lost anyway. So that'd be convenient for them with him already losing and shit. So I mean, it sounds good, you know. If Benavidez go ahead and, you know, fight him, fine. I tune in, but I don't really see Usyk, Beterbiev, Joe Smith Jr. happening anytime soon. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Appreciate the love and support. Check out the Box News playlist. You can find me everywhere in my Linktree link in the description. It's the first link there. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. All there. If you want to financially donate, don't want to go there, it's Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Peace.